In an increasingly dangerous and divided world, remembrance is also vigilance. Our sovereignty and our security, and those of our allies, are not guaranteed.
See the EU now, in people like, remember the NATO chief, Gunter, Gunter, or whatever they call his name, by the grace of God. Him have already advised Donald Trump, instead of using military action against Nigeria, he should just go straight and recognize Biafra. We are no longer in Nigeria. We are Biafra as a nation. And we have our nation. And we know our nation. And our leader is no other person than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the Biafran president. Based on the question for me this very moment, yeah, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a serious threat to the national unity of Nigeria. But before I forge ahead, is Nigeria united? If Nigeria is a country that is united, I don't think that there will be anybody called like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't think there will be anything called threat. I don't think there should be anything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu causing havoc into the society. But because we don't have the unity, because we are not being treated equally, no equity, no fairness in the country, some people are more better than the other, regarded and respected and honored and valued more than each other. You see why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now rise up. And moreover, there is something I would like you to know today, in case you don't know, or maybe you might have forgotten, that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this case, this struggle, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never come to Nigeria to divide Nigeria. He came to Nigeria to make Nigeria a very societal, vibrant nation, a nation to be reckoned with all over the world, to stand as number one, even better than America. But Nigeria, being a country, they don't really understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is all about. They decided to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as another Wazirike who has come with the platform of Biafra to make what? To make money for his own personal selfish interest. You understand? But quite unfortunate, they are seeing it like that, but now they are seeing it in another angle because they pushed him to that, to the level that it is now. Yeah, Shetima need to be in trouble. Shegumi need to be troubled. Sultan and Sokoto need to be troubled because the whole thing has gone out of hand. It is no longer in the hand of Nigerian judiciary, neither is it in the hand of Nigerian government to control. Do you get the point? Even the thing now is falling out of the British hand to manage. Because everything, the way they thought that they can just silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just like the way Nigeria folded the Salowiwa of Ogoniland. But now, as it stands, you will see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used the truth to do what? To conquer the nation called Nigeria. How can you have a lot to favor the terrorists in a nation just because of some personal and some side influence in a particular tribe in Nigeria? Now you are using now you remove it. Now you want to use that law to charge against somebody that you tag terrorist. Had it been that they use another word against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that could have been better. But to them using that word terrorism that does not exist in the constitution, you see where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hold them on their necks. Yeah, there should be emotion and there should be commotion and there should be a serious problem because the way as it stands now, they have tried to negotiate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu politically. They have tried to bribe him. They have tried to do everything humanly in their capacity to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So as it stands now, it is no longer workable. It is no longer workable. So I could remember the statement on Yeson Wike. He said that whenever you go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all you could hear is Biafra or nothing. And even that they use the political situation system earlier with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I believe that the situation wouldn't have gotten to the level where it is today. You understand me? And that is the mistake of Nigeria. Because I was saying at that time that the people in the Nigerian government doesn't have a common sense. But no common sense that is common. Every sense is not common. It is very, very bad time. I say, if I happen to be the president of this country, do you know what I will do? When I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is proving stubborn, do you know what? I will give him a special invitation. And I will give him invitation of going and coming. I will give him a special attention. Give him a presidential treatment. How do I do that? I will call him, okay, come, invitation, right in my office. if possible, self, I will take him to my own house as a president. Give him that honor based on what I am looking for. Do you know what I will do? You were complaining of something. You say Uguta, Seaport or whatsoever, Niger Delta, Enugu Vibrant and what have you. All these things. How do you intend to do it? How do you intend to plan it? You say that your people have been marginalized. How do we do it for this thing, for you to drop this? For these things to everybody to, stay together as one. I know he will like to, pay attention to that, and he would like you to attend to it. How do you do it? You now said, okay, I want Uguta to be the... Remember this seaport, the one in both, they call it Naipo or whatsoever, in Calabar and all those areas. It was working before. You understand? They were using it before in Nigeria. Before they later abandoned it because it's from the eastern region. So they want to use it as a punishment. So how do you intend to do? Then okay, now I will give it to you as a contract. You become the contractor or the supervisor of this. You understand? If it's that will go down, go and do it. Do you have any company for that? Go for it. I will give it to him as an assignment. You understand? But I told him by the time you go and look for the company and everything, okay, oh yeah, let's start work on that. Before he could finish, supervise it, before he could finish that, my tenure don't expire. Do you understand? At least I've given him one. It will not give him room to be busy thinking on how to, to convince people or to educate people or to lighten people up or to throw 1 or 2 points, to brainwash or to a kind of make people to realize whom they are, because Nigeria sees as a brainwasher. But I tell you that he educates people. You understand? He will not have that time. He will use all that time to run for the program of that Uguta or whatsoever project which he is standing for. Do you understand? By doing it, before you know it, you do one out of maybe 10, 6. You give him one. By the time you give him one, you are now in a way silencing him. You understand? Not by using for you want to kill him, you want to do this, you want to no. Play it as a card with him. Then another 10 of your 8 years expire. Enugu Vibrant, Enugu is already developed. What do you need to do? You just 1 or 2 touches of and make that international airport a vibrant finish. Kanu, and you can see, yes, I agree with you. One seaport that is already there, what you need is just maybe a kind of renovation or service. Everything is that. Bangam, you remove your hand. I have other things on the table. Let me attend to that. Kanu will not, even if he want to talk, nobody will listen to him again. He will not gather followers because as he stand now, that is why they are afraid. Because if Kanu should come outside now, anything he utter, you understand? People will go ahead. In the instant, the Biafrans will go ahead. Even fowl. I mean, fowl and lizard in Biafra land. Even the aged mothers and aged fathers, they listen to him and they believe in him. They trust him more than even the governors. Do you get it now? You see why they are afraid. And they are the cause. Nigerian government are the cause. The Fulanis are the cause. The government are the cause. So why are they afraid? And as it stands now, take a look at what plays in the court. Do you know that thing reduced Nigeria to 0? Especially in our judiciary. It doesn't supposed to. Because we do what? We use hatred. We use marginalization. We use intimidation. We use negligence. What can he do? And that is what is playing down Nigeria before the international communities. You understand? So there should be tension. There should be problem. There should be serious issue in Aso Rock. Tinubu and Co need to run zigzag. They need to run head-and-scatter. Yes. Akpabio, Shetima need to run head-and-scatter. Akpabio, they need to cry. There is a serious... Because this is the reason. And that is why I took my time to pick the point one after the other to drop it on the platform, on this platform. For those that will listen, those that will watch, let them see the reason why Aso Rock is scattered.
But do you think that time the senators, come out and debate over this before November 20th? Because you know, this matter is being watched globally. You know, we've seen the UN come and talk about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. We've seen, you know, other top politicians around the world talk about. Do you not think this matter can cause chaos in Nigeria
This
if it's not
matter,
well attended
the
to?
matter is already causing chaos in Nigeria.
Hmm.
Because even as I speak to you, the NATO, the US, and the UN, they had a secret meeting here in Nigeria. They came to Nigeria and they had their secret meeting on how to free Nnamdi Kanu. You know, remember before now the UN have won Nigeria several occasions to free Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? You remember several occasions. UN Working Committee in 2022. You understand? So all these things, since Nigeria is still proving adamant, and I want to put it to you that as we speak now, Israel has officially opened up for Biafra. Are you hearing me? And the UK sent a delegate to go and meet Benjamin Netanyahu. With Benjamin Netanyahu and France, he turned them down. In case you don't know, go and do your findings. He turned their plane on air, turned them down. That he doesn't want. You understand? All these things are the game. They have already rehearsed and ready for this. Coming on 20th. Waiting for Nigeria. And there is another thing that people don't understand. See, the EU now, in people like, remember the NATO chief, Gunter, Gunter, or whatever they call his name, by the grace of God. Him have already advised Donald Trump, instead of using military action against Nigeria, he should just go straight and recognize Biafra. That was his own humble advice to Donald Trump. Then, as we speak now, the Hungary secretary, the parliament of Hungary now, as an EU parliament, in person of as Badej, now is now complying. Is now complying for the recognition of Biafra. Then the Austria secretary, Austria, not Australia, Austria secretary in person of OVP, Dr. Gudrun, as Dr. Gudrun Strand is now moving the same motion again. You understand? From the EU Parliament that what there should be a recognition of Biafra. So the motion now is moving seriously. They are now the one now pushing it for the recognition to make sure that this thing, that Biafra stand. And the couple with the US already, remember what Donald Trump said, that is, I have been the one stopping the Igbos not to react over all this saga that have been going on. So, having said all this, you will agree with me and you will know and understand that Nnamdi Kanu case and the Biafran issue has gone far beyond what Nigeria can control. Yes, as it stands now, because many of them, like a Gunter, was referring to 1967, 1970, up to the date, the things that have been happening. And this man, I can't go so basic. The woman that she appointed now as the USB is a secretary or whatsoever, who stood to defend the USB, the Biafran government now. Go and listen to her concerning the genocide against the Christians. And you know, Donald Trump has been following Nigeria up, monitoring Nigeria since 2019 under the government of late Muhammadu Buhari. You understand? Which he won Buhari that time. And they have been following up. In 2022, there was a man from American government in person of Aina who they sent to Nigeria to monitor every atrocities that have been going on in Nigeria, unknowingly to Nigeria. That these people are on a mission. Different set of departments have visited Nigeria. Yes. And they are reported back to their senders. So that is why what you are seeing today is going to be, you see that November 20, either Omotosho run away or Omotosho extend it, he will postpone it again. Now take a look at, let me shock you.
You think he will rescue himself?
He will rescue himself or he will postpone it again. Because why he want to crucify Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was that the money that all the promises the Nigerian government promised him, the dollars, $1 million, and the house in Washington, in New York, and the official car, special one, and what have you. So that is why, but unfortunately for him, he thought he can, chakasia nanya to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you don't know that the law that he want to use is no longer in existence. And you cannot use a law that does not exist to prosecute somebody. And as I speak to you, either yesterday or day before yesterday, listen, do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have filed a petition, motion against the Supreme Court? He submitted it to them. Because you, the Supreme Court, the highest court in Nigeria, suppose know that this very constitution, this very law is not written. And it's not in the constitution. Why then do you now want to use the lower court to carry it out against him? And it's against the law. So now, as it stands now, the Supreme Court must respect the Constitution. And for them to respect the Constitution, they have to cancel every charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So as it stands now, he's going to, that day, Omotosho, either he rescue himself or he postponed it again. He run out, because nothing, he has nothing against Kanu, and he can never offer anything to Nigeria, because Nigeria is in saga. Do you know that a Nigerian president, what is his name? Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you know that as we speak now, he has sending signal meeting the UK regard to the case of Ekwere Madu.
Want to bring him down here?
I get it. In order to bring him down here. Why is the problem? Why didn't they do it? Is it today? Since how many years? It's not that they want to bring him. What was the purpose? The purpose, number one. Remember, Ekwere Madu was one of the people who fight for the building of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first place. You remember? Yeah, to bail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. You understand? When he was first.
If you don't want to deal with him.
You understand? That is number one. Number two, Ekwere Madu was once the vice president. He uses his influence. You understand? You understand? But not Senate, president. Nigeria. Nigeria. You understand? So this man, he uses his everyday sin to work, do other things. So they want to use him now. The way I'm seeing is that maybe they want to use that as a dialogue system to bring him here. If they can bring him here, they will now do what? Turn the table upside down and pardon him and forfeit that side and now use him to reach a dialogue. If they can use him to influence Kanu. But there is something they don't know. Whether Ekwere Madu free, Ekwere Madu not free, it is not our business. We are no longer in Nigeria. We are Biafra as a nation. And we have our nation. And we know our nation. And our leader is no other person than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the Biafran president.
Dear Christian in the whole world and dear American President, dear European Union. This is Günther Fellinger-Jahn speaking. I'm calling here from Vienna to recognize the Republic of Biafra. Biafra in ex-Nigeria, Nigeria, to my regret, and this is a non-working state, and they have committed genocide in 1967 to 1970 against the Christians of Biafra and the people of Biafra, and now they are all well, since the last 15 years, living in terrible conditions. They are often led for some jihadists to kill them, and there is atrocities about atrocities. And it's much better for the people of Nigeria if Biafra becomes their own state, and they can sort out then inside Nigeria the other issues, or maybe there will be other regions which are better off in this non-working state of Nigeria. So ex-Nigeria must start with Biafra, and the international community, contrary to the 1960s and 70s, must support the independence of Biafra Republic. In the 1967-90, that tragic years, The West was at its weakest. There was the Vietnam War and tragically Nixon, who was positive for the people of Biafra, but he did very little, and I want to apologize for his failures, and I want to especially criticize and also apologize for the Imperial UK and French governments who were actually supporting, due to all interests, Nigerian centralists crackdown on the poor people of Biafra. And we, as Christians, as Europeans, should absolutely stand with Biafra and support them. And that's why I call on President Trump and on the European leaders, Ursula von der Leyen, please, I beg you, I pray, recognize the Republic of Biafra. It's no need for military intervention or these things. Just do the political steps of recognition of these poor people to have their own state, to live in security, and of course then recognition goes with the ability to be recognized and also to defend yourself. It's much better than having a military intervention in Nigeria, having the Biafra Republic equipped and armed to be able to defend herself against the potential invasion from the Nigerian centralist forces of that failed state. And so here the defense comes with the recognition, and that's exactly how we should do. Biafra Republic, please my friends, I beg you, recognize it and build a strong, viable state, part of the free world. And that's what I call the Fellinger Doctrine and also the Fellinger economics. Build a decent state, part of the free world, no BRICS, but OECD, no kind of alignment with genocidal Russia, but alignment with America, with the European Union, with the free world. And we will have a free trade agreement, open economics, of course the flat tax, I like very much, and the currency, which Nigeria never did, to join the Euro-Pact area. This is the best policy for West Africa, and Biafra will be a proud member of the Euro-Pact area, and this will be delivering much more prosperity in the future, and we will trade and we will work together in the global partnership of NATO, and this is my call for Biafra Republic to be independent and to be part of the free world alongside Fellinger Doctrine and Fellinger economics. And I thank you very much for your attention. Please, President Trump, please, Ursula von der Leyen, be on the side of the light, of the good people of Biafra, of the Christians of Africa, and allow them their own state to live in security and peace and prosperity. Thanks a lot from Vienna. This is Günther Fellinger, Jan speaking. All the best. Bye.
The hills that you see behind me back there are where the Fulani who attacked this area back in December and then subsequently after that, January and February, they're living back there right now. In fact, one man here just said, if we go into those hills right now, the only thing we'll carry back are dead bodies, because they will for surely kill us if we just cross this small hill and go into those bigger hills back there. That's where they're camped right now. The very same Fulanis who caused the Christian massacre on Christmas Day. They came back and did more and killed more. They're living right in those hills right behind me. So we're right on the line. We're being told not to go any further, because if we go any further, surely all of us, or most of us, or some of us will be killed if we do. So
every time the North will say, Nigeria is indefeasible. Okay, make Nigeria stable and peaceful. They refuse. If it is Christians that are doing this and they are doing the North, will he still say what he said? They would have been shouting Araba, Araba, Araba like they did the first time. The North should not think that we are fools. So every time they speak as if they want one Nigeria or they love Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, is it not Northerners that went outside there to bring terrorists into Nigeria? No, tell me. Was it mention one Christian? Even Nnamdi Kanu did not do that. Yeah, they are talking they want one Nigeria. You can see deceit. The Sultan knows exactly the cause of this insecurity. He knows where it comes from. He knows the people that profess a particular religion that are behind it. Yet they will not even interrogate it or call a meeting for it. Every time, Nigeria is a lie. It's a lie. Whether they like it, if we didn't do it, maybe our children will think better. That's the truth. This thing must not continue. The way these people act and behave is so annoying and so provocative. The other one, an Islamic clergy, at a sheikh, at that height, came out in the open and told the whole world that God told him to kill Tinubu's wife because she's an infidel. The first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Somebody from your religion said it because of religious sentiment, and you are telling me Nigeria is Nigeria. You are talking to yourself, the Sultan. I won't agree with you because you people have used this religion to intimidate everybody since time immemorial. Everything you people do is all about religion. If it doesn't favor you, no. I remember when they want to roll Miss Nigeria in Abuja. This same day, because of religion, they took it to Calabar. Is that Christians? Did they behave like that? They don't even bother with you whenever they want to do something. They don't do it without caring. Is that not enough for people to say, look, we are leaving you people. Since you like violence, stay with your violence. We are going. Every time Nigeria is a lie. One day they will realize that we are not fools over here. I'm not joking. Because look at it yourself. Right. How can you claim you love Nigeria?
We are absolutely out of time. We are absolutely out of time.
Into Nigeria, you are not talking about it.
Well, thank you very much, Barrister Darlington Agumbo.